Right, let's do an update on the summer house. As any sort of long-term viewer would know, that I use this as a kind of overwintering area for a lot of the tender palms and plants. So last weekend I managed to clean it all out, get it back to a usable state as a summer house rather than just a plant storage facility. But we still do have some plants in here. But let's have a look inside and see what's going on. So we've got the sofas back into placed for a nice relaxing sitting area. Still plenty of plants. So most of the plants in here now are ones that were indoors over winter. So they come out here for the extra light and to get them used to the transition of day and night time temperatures. It does warm up quite a bit in here, as you can imagine. It's a little bit like a greenhouse with the windows and the clear roof, which is very mucky, so I'm going to have to give that a good clean. But yeah, so we won't go through all the plants, but just the sort of stuff that are like Dracaena here, which I'm planning to put outside for summer, and the Kentia palm, big Kentia palm there, again indoors as a house plant all winter, same as Dipsis lutescens. A nice fishtail palm there, that's just acclimatising to the higher light levels, along with the money tree, which is doing rather well, kicking out loads of new growth. Put your growing points on there. And then we've got a selection of Bromeliads. Need to cut the dead flower off that one, but some of them are starting to come into flower. You can see a little bud there. So they'll all be outside for summer. Well, everything in here is going to be outside for summer. Some Crotons, which these ones spent all winter in my indoor greenhouse, so this one's done quite well. Underneath the artificial grow lights in the greenhouse, there's not much colour to the leaves, they're just sort of plain green, but you can see the older leaves, they're sort of quite colourful, so I'm hoping with the higher light levels they'll colour up nicely. And that's quite a nice bushy one, this, with that unusual shaped leaf. Then we've got more of a standard Croton there, which is starting to push new growth. Not quite as flashy colours as the other one, but again they'll be find the place in the borders very soon. We've got Flamethrower Palm here. This is one that I bought I don't know, maybe midsummer last year. So that is the variation hooker eye. So it should have like a sort of spotted trunk, or sort of a watermelon type trunk. That is a Chamberonia macrocarpa variation hooker eye. This did put out 2 leaves over winter again in the indoor greenhouse. Not mature leaves yet, because they obviously have got to go palmate, so they're still sort of strap leaves, but they've got that nice V. And we've got a nice new bit of growth in the centre here. And yeah, just, you know, there's a philodendron there and whatnot. This is the bigger Flamethrower Palm. This is one I had 2 years now, and that put out this leaf again in the indoor greenhouse over winter. Unfortunately, it was touching grow lights at some point, so there's a little bit of burning on it, but it's not looking too bad. And these, as a outdoor palm for the UK, you know, for the summer season, they're a good choice because they don't need stupid high temperatures like a lot of palms to grow well. They're quite, I think they come from New Caledonia, I believe it's an island off Australia where it's never really that hot. They sort of enjoy around 20-25 degrees. So yeah, ideal for growing in the UK during the milder months. Yeah, it's a Flamethrower Palm, so that is again pushing out a new spear here, so we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll do a video on that when that starts to get the nice red coloration. This sort of sorry looking alocasia was indoors as a houseplant over winter. Didn't do any growing at all. Obviously some of the leaves are starting to go a bit crispy. I think with that one that'll stay in here all summer. They don't need huge direct light as long as the temperatures are warm, and in here it does get warm like I say when the sun's out. So that should grow quite nicely in here, so we'll see how that does. I think the last couple of years I've had it in the conservatory and that's done quite well. And there's just one of these skinny leaf Crotons at the bottom there. Right, so that's just a little sort of update again, just sort of acclimatising a lot of these indoor plants to high light and the temperature fluctuations. So it's not going to be too extreme as it is, you know, outside. Obviously also the wind is an issue. We are quite windy where we are, so you could say obviously on warm days I'll have the doors open to the summer house, and that'll get a little bit of wind just to strengthen up any sort of new soft growth, to get them used to a little bit of air movement. Because again, during winter indoors, you know, any growth that has come up is going to be really weak. So that's pretty much it for the update of the summer house. We can now come in here and move without walking into plants, and we can even sit down and enjoy it. So I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks we can get most of these plants outside. We've been having some decent nighttime temperatures now, sort of really the lowest we've had this week is about 7, and last night was really mild in double figures. So yeah, the summer's on its way, so we get things going for that. Right, thanks for watching, catch you on the next one.